Alright. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Sir, Doctor. Today, my group will present to you about our group assignment project, which is about two company. First is about High Tech Padu Berhad and Nova MSC Sdn Berhad. So, we will continue to the background of those company. So next will be Ashraf. Ashraf, you can continue.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Doctor. So, I will start by presenting about the background of High-Tech Padu Berhad and Nova MSC Berhad. So, for the first company is High-Tech Padu Berhad. So, High-Tech Padu Berhad is a company that provides ICT system and technology services for government agency and commercial sectors. High-Tech is currently being led by their chairman, which is Tan Sri Dato' Sri Abi Musa As'ari Muhammad Noor. Their chairman has been with High-Tech for over 13 years and stated that his focus is to lead the company into platform that provide long-term stability and growth. High-Tech comes with a vision which is the trusted technology partner to enable customers' vision. As the vision state, we can see that they want their customer to trust in them, with their technology. They are trying to change their process from manual processing to automated system and effective information system by working with their customers. So, High-Tech commitment is for them to unite in their quest for excellence in offering IT system and technology services that deliver greater security, added convenience and peace of mind. Having local expertise with international caliber has enabled them to deliver mission critical projects across the globe to their customer from various industries, including national security, transportation, financial service, healthcare and defense. So for the next slide, I will explain about Nova MSC Berhad. Nova MSC Berhad is an investment holding company that provide industry-focused application software and services for both the government and healthcare. Nova is engaged in software research and development and provision of e-business solution through the sale of application software and professional services for software customization and implementation. Their products are developed based on their in-depth understanding and technical knowledge of current industry demands and their customers' requirements. Nova has researching in various types of industry, which is healthcare, e-government services, artificial intelligence, and virtual construction to make sure that their customers get the benefits. Nova always continued their investment in research and development to help the customer harness the benefits of leading edge technology and grow in their customers' organization. So that's all from me. For the next part, Sophia Rahmat will continue for the financial assessment.
Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Sophia Rahmat. So now I will explain about the financial assessment. So next. So under financial assessment, there's a 4 part. For the first part is liquidity ratio. So that contains 4 types of liquidity ratio, which is net working capital, current ratio, quick ratio, and a cash ratio. Next. Okay, for the first ratio is a net working capital. So as you can see, both company has a positive working capital, which that show that the company can pay the current liability that using the only current asset. So in 2015 until 2017, the high-tech Padu Berhad got the higher net working capital than the Nova MSC Berhad. So next, secondly, is a quick ratio. So in the quick ratio, Nova MSC Berhad has a higher ratio than the high-tech Padu Berhad. So the higher current ratio, the higher quick ratio is show more than one that the company can make it too much cash or hand or have a problem collecting its account receivable. So next. Okay, next is a current ratio. So the current ratio, as we can see, Nova MNC Berhad has a higher ratio than the high-tech Padu Berhad. The higher current ratio, the more capable the company can pay the debt, and it has a larger proportion of the asset value to the value of the liabilities. Okay, next. Next is a cash ratio. So since it shows that the company can easily repay the debt. So in this case, on 2015, high-tech Padu Berhad has a higher cash ratio than the Nova MSC Berhad. But on the 2016 and 17, the high-tech Padu Berhad has the higher cash ratio. So next. Then we move to the second ratio, which is the solvency ratio. And the solvency ratio has a two ratio, called solvency ratio and a debt ratio. Okay. For the first ratio, as we can see, on 2015, Nova Sdn Berhad has a higher solvency ratio than the high-tech Padu ratio. So it's maintained until 2017, which the Nova MSC Berhad has a higher of the solvency ratio. Okay, next. Next is a debt ratio. So the debt ratio is expressed as a decimal, or the percentage is known as a ratio of the total debt to the total asset. So, but as you can see, on 2015 until 2017, the high-tech Padu Berhad has a higher ratio than the Nova MSC Berhad. Okay, next. Okay, the third part is a profitability ratio. It contains four types of ratio, which is net profit margin, gross profit margin, return on asset, and return on equity. Okay, first is a net profit margin. So net profit margin is a better as extremely low profit margin formula, which indicate the express are too high and management need to budget and cut expenses. So unfortunately, on 2017, high-tech Padu Berhad has a higher net profit, while Nova MSC Berhad were lost. So next. Next is a gross profit margin. So after on 2016, high-tech Padu Berhad has the higher gross profit margin, same goes to 2017. So high-tech Padu Berhad still gain higher profit, which is the higher ratio, show that the company is selling the inventory at the higher profit percentage. Okay, next. So for the return on asset on 2016 and 2017, there are changes, which is high-tech Padu had a higher return on the asset, while a Nova's MSC Berhad were decrease of the ratio. So a higher ratio is more favorable to investor in because it shows the company is more effectively, meaning its asset to produce greater amount of a net income. Okay, next. So return on equity. So on 2016 and 17, there are changes. The high return on equity ratio indicate that the company is using investor fund effectively. So, okay. Lastly, is a market value ratio that contains two types of ratio, which is earning per share and price to earning ratio. Okay, first is earning per share. So to conclude, on 2017, High-Tech Padu Berhad has gained a lot than the Novam MNC Berhad. So the higher ratio meaning that the company is more profitable and the company has more profit to distribute to its shareholders. And lastly is price to earning ratio. So the price to earning ratio indicate what the consumer is willing to pay on a basis of existing profit. So on 2016 until 2017, Nova MSC Berhad, they had still maintained the ratio above 1. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next part.
Okay, my name is Shifa binti Samsudin. So before we go to the capital structure, I will explain the ratio the comparing the cross ratio and cross company. So next. So this is the table that I've summarized and put it in one table from Sophia Financial Assessment. So next. This is also next. So we move on to the which company is worth to invest in. So based on the table of comparing ratio with these two companies, we can conclude that High-Tech Padu Berhad worth to invest in because as overall, High-Tech Padu have a healthy financial than Nova MSC. So we look at as general. For High-Tech Padu Berhad, the company has a higher net profit margin comparing to Nova MSC because it shows that Nova MSC Berhad have financial difficulties during the year of 2017. So for the return on asset, for Nova, 2015, Nova have higher ratio compared to High-Tech Berhad, but High-Tech Berhad have increasing by year of 2017. It shows that this ratio indicates how well a company is performing by comparing net profit is generating to the capital is invested in asset. So the higher the return, the more productive and the efficient management is in utilizing economic resources. So for next, for return on equity, also High-Tech Padu Berhad has higher ratio, which is increased from 2015 to 2017 compared to Nova MC Berhad. So the ratio increased from year by year. This show a rising returns on equity suggests that a company is increasing its ability to generate profit without needing as much capital. So it also indicates how well a company's management is deploying the shareholder capital. In other words, the higher the return on equity, the better. Last but not least is actually earning per share. So earning per share for High-Tech Padu Berhad shown has higher ratio than Nova MNC Berhad. So this is actually a company with a higher earning per share ratio is capable of generating a significant dividend for investor. So it may flow the funds back to business for more growth. In either case, a high ratio indicates a potentially worthwhile investment depending on the market price of the stock. This measure is only used for public health companies. So since there are only entities required to report earnings per share information. So that's why we take High-Tech Padu Berhad is a company that worth to invest in. So next, we go to the capital structure. So capital structure is actually a business enterprise capital structure refers to how it budgets its operation and increase with different sources of funds, which include bond issues, long time periods not payable, common stock, preferred stock, and return earnings. So as general. And then we go to the calculation. There's two calculations to measure the capital structure, which is a debt to equity ratio and financial leverage ratio. But unfortunately, our company which only use debt to equity ratio, which is a total net debt divided by total shareholder equity. Total net debt, you can acquire the number of total liability minus total cash and cash equivalent current year. Okay, next we go for Nova and MC Brad for capital structure. So as you can see, that table appear on your screen. For Nova Berhad have a debt equity ratio for 2015 is 0.49, which is it means the liabilities are 49 of stockholders equity, or we can say that creditors provide 49 cents for each ringgit provided by stockholders to finance the asset. So for 2016, the debt equity ratio decreased significantly to 0.19. It means that the investor have greater financing in the business than the creditor. The portion of assets provided by stockholder is greater than the portion provided by creditors. So for the 2017, the ratio is 0.04, which is almost hit zero, showing that this company is financially healthy and capable to pay off all the entire liability. Next, we go to the high-tech Padu Berhad. So as you can see on the table, the debt ratio of 2015 for high-tech Padu Berhad is 1.73, which means more than 1. A greater than 1 ratio indicates that the portion of asset provided by creditor is greater than the portion of stockholder. So for year 2016, the ratio is 0.63. So high-tech Padu succeed to recover the debt equity to ratio, and less than 1 ratio indicates that the portion of asset provided by stockholder is greater than the portion of asset provided by creditor. So that's all for me. I will pass it to the next presenter.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, I will explain to you about the financial risk. Okay, next. Okay, first we go to the credit risk concentration. Okay, before that, financial risk consists of many risks, but I will explain to you about these two things because these two things will differentiate between these two companies. Okay, first is about credit risk concentration. Okay, this risk consists of direct, indirect, or contingent obligations exceeding 25% of a bank's capital structure. In general, concentration may involve one borrower, an affiliate group of borrowers, or borrowers engaged in or dependent on one industry. Next refers to this disproportional. No. Okay, next point is refers to disproportionately large risk exposure to specific credit risk. It means that the lower the percentage, the better the financial of the company. Okay, next. As you can see, it's about this table shows the percentage that these two company have suffered. Okay, so for high-tech Padu, for these 3 years straight from 2015 to 2017, we can see that the percentage became lower. So it means that the company spend less on the expenditure to pay the debt. While for Nova MSC, the percentage is higher than high-tech Padu. So it means that the Nova MSC Berhad spend more expenditure to pay debt than high-tech Padu. Okay, next. Okay, that is about liquidity risk. Liquidity risk is a financial risk that for a certain period, a given financial asset, security, or commodity cannot be traded quickly enough in the market without impacting the market price. Example is inability to meet short-term debt due to exceptional losses or damages during operations. Next is unable to meet proper funding within specific time frame in most of the startup funding-based companies. There is risk of break-even. Thus, if the business does not get next funding, then there can be a possibility of liquidity risk. Next. Okay, so this is the amount of liquidity risk that these two companies suffered. For liquidity risk, it's the concept is same with the credit risk concentration. The lower the amount, the better. So as you can see, from high-tech Padu on 2015, they have 285,846 ringgit, and that's amount became lower to 2016 with 277,721 ringgit. While 2017 they suffered 269,424 ringgit. While Nova MSC, Sdn Bhd companies, suffered millions, which is on 2015 they suffered 10,358,473 ringgit. On 2016, 11,323,911. On 2017, 27,010,991 ringgit. So the figure became higher, and it's not good. It shows that the company did not have a financially records that not have good financial records. Okay, that's all for me. Next, we go to Zaim. Oh, I'm sorry. That one is about groups. Okay, this one is about company. Okay, as you can see, the figure became lower too for High Tech Padu, and Nova MSC Berhad suffered much more higher than High Tech Padu. We can conclude that High Tech Padu doing great. Okay, next.
All right, thank you, Shakir. All right, now we move to the last part of this presentation, which is conclusion and recommendation. All right, for the conclusion, right, we want to restate that the main idea of this thesis is to see the performance, the financial performance of both company, which is Nova MSC Berhad and Hetech Padu Berhad. Right, so one way for us to see the financial performance of this company by doing a financial analysis ratio. All right, so the conclusion that we came at is Hetech Padu Berhad show a healthier financial performance compared to Nova MSC Berhad. So how the business is financed. So for Hetech Padu Berhad, the amount of creditor is more than investor, which means they have a lot of creditor that finance their business than the investor. And for Nova MSC Berhad, the investor is greater than the creditor, which means they have a lot of stockholder that finance their business than the creditor. Right, next. So is the business profitable? All right, from the calculation that have been made by Sophia and Shifa, we can clearly see that Hetech Padu Berhad has made a profit for 2015, 2016, and 2017. All right, however, for Nova MSC Berhad, the company has made a profit for 2015 and 2016, but they have incurred a loss for the year 2017 with a negative 0.23% of net profit margin. All right, next. All right, the recommendation. All right, as I said before from the last slide, both company has made a profit, except for Nova MSC Berhad, they have incurred loss for 2017. But we also can see that the net profit margin ratio for the Hetech Padu Berhad is slowly increased from year to year. So for recommendation, I can see that both company need to improve their sale and also need to increase their profit. So the way that they can make to increase their profit is to finding a new customer. All right, so this new customer will help them to increase their profit. And then the easiest way to find a new customer is to offer an incentive to the current customer and motivate them to initiate referral to you, so that if another people see that if they be our customer, we will have an incentive, so they will be attracted to be one of our customer. Right, and then both companies should find a way to reduce the overhead. Right, for example, we need to find a best supplier that we can get, so everything that we buy we can get it on discount. Right, and then benchmarking your business to the similar business in your industry. All right, for example, I would say U-Mobile, they're benchmarking a successful similar business industry like them, for example, like Maxis. So they benchmarking, they see how the company manage their company, so that from there they can improve their business. Right, and then improve your online reputation. Right, so when we improve our online reputation, we will tell the consumer that and other business that our company is really care about our customer. Not only just a company, but we do really care about the customer. Right, so that is the important of if you improve your online reputation. Right, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you.